Now we're going to solve questions 4 and 5 from the SAT number 9, April 2017 test. Let's jump in. So question 4 and 5, these are paired questions to begin with. And that tells us that the best way to do it is to read 4, use the answer choices from 5 to try to pick one of these that could answer the question, and then use that to answer 4 again. So question 4 says the character's behavior during the gift giving mainly serves to do something. So basically we're looking for a text that's about the character's behavior during the gift giving, and sort of mainly serves to basically just means what is it about, like what's going on, what is the effect of it. We see lines 37 and 40 here, but pretty much all the lines are after that. That makes sense. This is referencing the next text we get is maybe 72, which is not going to help us. All of these sort of seem to be in the correct range, so we just have to go through each one of those and see which one is really about the character's behavior during the gift giving. So let's try and begin with lines 43 through 44. That is right here. It was nothing, of course, only gangarum sweets and yogurt. So I don't think this is telling us anything about the character's behavior during the gift giving. It's just sort of describing what actually the gift was. And basically Sandeep being like, it wasn't anything. It just was yogurt and sweetmeats. 44-46 says, they fussed and created the illusion that it was something unique and untasted and unencountered. I think this is actually a pretty good text here. And I think so because this whole paragraph is about the gift giving, one. And then this really tells us kind of how the characters are behaving, right? They're fussing and creating this illusion. So I think it's a good text. Let's keep it for now. I think we can get rid of A because, again, it's just sort of describing what the actual things are. 52 through 54 is down here that says, oh no, said Chhotomama, struggling to keep the son's hands away from his feet. There's no need for all this. So this is the exchange where the son is basically touching Chhotomama's feet. The issue with this is that it's not really about the gift giving, right? The gift giving sort of begins and ends right here in this paragraph. And here we're talking about this exchange between the son and Chhotomama. It's a greeting, it's not really the gift giving, so I don't think C could work. Which means it's also unlikely to be D because we're already past the gift giving, but let's check it out anyways. And this says, I have not met you for 2 years, Dada, said the son, struggling to get his hands near Chhotomama's toes. So we're actually still in this scene where they're having the greeting. It's not about the gift giving, so we can get rid of D, which means B has to pretty much be our answer for question number 5. Let's go back and read it one more time. What does B tell us about the character's behavior during the gift giving? All it says is they're fussing and creating this illusion that it was something, right, the gift giving, something unique and untasted and unencountered. So basically the whole idea is that they're acting as if this is more important than it really is. So they're acting as if it's unique and untasted when it's really just yogurt and sweetmeat. So they're making a bigger deal of things than they need to be. So let's find a text that matches that. So A says to emphasize the lavish value of the gift. This is not correct because, one, the gift is not really lavish. It's yogurt and sweetmeats. And the passage and really none of the texts really talk about how it's lavish. In fact, they're kind of saying the opposite, right? That it was nothing. It was nothing, but they're acting as if it's a lot more important than it is. B says to inflate the significance of the gesture. To inflate means to like hype up the importance of the gift or the gesture, which is exactly what we're talking about. This is a good choice. C says to convey indifference towards the gift, but they're not conveying indifference. If anything, they're acting too much, as if it's too important, right? Not acting indifferent or cool, like it doesn't matter. D says stress the need for polite behavior. I say this one is out too because there's really nothing about acting polite here, about the necessity of acting polite. This doesn't really make too much sense for what we're talking about. So I would just choose answer choice B as the correct answer for 4, and answer choice B as the correct answer for 5.